Hey everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life here for another Lift and Sketch with Christy and Rachel. This week we are doing this sketch and Rachel chose this one from scraproom.com. Pretty fun. And I am going to use these two photos of my little ones and the pumpkins. So we went to the pumpkin patch this year, Nora's first trip, and we went to a different pumpkin patch than the one we've always taken Jackson to. So it was pretty fun, and I've kind of documented it a couple times already, but I love these photos of them on their own with the pumpkins. Yes, Sean is holding Nora, but that's okay. He's basically cut out of it except for the fact that you can tell someone's holding her up. So I wanted to work with my Secret Not Secret Kit Club and create one more really fun pumpkin inspired layout to go into our album. And this will probably go into our yearly album versus our family album. I do kind of separate things like that, and I've kind of shared that before, but if it's something that you'd like me to share again, just let me know. I'll pull out my albums and kind of show you what I mean. But I'm going to take this sketch on in a little bit of a different kind of tone, as you can see, as I fussy cut out these awesome triangles from the Pinkfresh Studios paper. And while I'm trying to do the sketch, I am also doing a challenge from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club Scrap Party from November. So we had so much fun, and one of the challenges was a recipe challenge where we had to use our name to create the layout. So my name has 7 letters in it. And so the very first thing I did, so for the C, I did cutting as in fussy cutting. So that is how I was able to take on that one. And then I'm going to use H for hidden journaling. R is going to be for red. I is for Instagram photos, because I do cut these down into Instagram photos. They're just too big. I couldn't make everything fit with the size they were, so I cut them down to Instagram photos. S is going to be for stitching. You're going to see me do some fun stitching on this layout. T is going to be for the color teal, and Y is going to be for the color yellow. So I used a lot of colors instead of tools, but I make it work, and I love this. So I kind of have my plan going on here. I wanted to use both sides of that beautiful pattern paper from Pinkfresh Studios. So thankfully I had a sheet of it myself in my stash, so I pulled that out so I could fussy cut the triangles on one side and use that really pretty red to first do a border around my layout and kind of ground everything together. But it's also going to be within the sketch one of the bigger layers of red, the longer piece. And I love the way this works. Now, I have found multiple ways of being able to stitch and then make sure you gut out the back of it, and this is me just showing you how I'm doing it. So I just take a blade and just cut it, although Pinkfresh Studio paper is so thick I didn't cut it enough, so I'm struggling here. So I'm gonna do it again. I just nick it and then I slide my scissors in there. And it is not pretty, but I just cut around. And this is what works best for me, because I can glue down my top piece of cardstock and get everything flat, stitch it without making any sort of funny lumps and bumps and anything like that, and then gut it out. So this is how I do this. It works best for me. I'm sure everyone has their own way of doing it, but I just wanted to share this with you just in case it's something that would work for you. I have tried to do it where I've cut it first and then glue it down and stitch it, and I can never get it even, and I always end up making like wrinkles in my layout. So this is what works. I'm going to go ahead and lay down these triangles again, and I'm so impressed with myself that I did not lose those little red triangles you see right there. I am not a clean scrapper. If you could see my desk right now, it makes most people cringe. So the fact that I was able to keep them and not lose them was a good thing. And now I'm just trying to figure out how I want to deal with these layers. So there's 3 layers to the underneath the photo. There's a nice long strip. There's one that becomes kind of a banner and it's a smaller strip. And then there's almost more of a rectangle, kind of more of a chunkier piece. And I'm just trying to decide. I knew I wanted this one to be the long one. I like it. It's so pretty. I wanted it to be a little bit more dominant on the page than the other ones. So I knew that was going to be it. So I'm just trying to figure out how wide I can make it. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this beautiful piece. This came from in my kit. This is my October kit that I'm talking about right now. And I'm just going to turn that into a banner. It just has a bunch of fall themed words in it, so it's perfect for pumpkins. And then I'm going to figure out the dimensions and go ahead and rip another piece of this beautiful yellow paper. Isn't that beautiful? That is from the Journey line. So how long ago was that? But that came in my kit too. I loved it. I was so excited when it came. So pretty. And that is going to be my third layer. I really, really love the way that looks. I kind of just make it all fit together the way I want it to be. Turn that into a rectangle. And then I'm going to go ahead off camera and do some more stitching. And what I'm going to do is, if you can see the white lines on the triangle thing that I fussy cut out, I'm just going to go through that with my teal thread that I have, which is what I used around the edges, and just stitch around the little white line. So there's not a lot of stitching, but there's a little bit, and I do it for two reasons. Number one, it makes it so that I've adhered my paper to the background and I know it's not going to go anywhere. And number two, it just brought a little bit of added teal to this layout, which is what I wanted, just a little pop. So now on to the decorating, which is the best part, right? We all love to embellish our layouts. And I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do, so I'm just kind of playing here. I pulled out I have a bag full of fall themed items, and I'm just pulling it all out and sorting through it and trying to figure out what I want to add. I had two phrase stickers. One of them says family fall fun or something like that, and the other one says pick of the patch, because these are the pumpkins that we picked. So Jackson picked Nora's pumpkin, and Nora's got that big pumpkin there, and that's the one we used to carve. Actually, no, I lied. We didn't get a big pumpkin because last year the pumpkins were so bad at the patch, it wasn't a good year, so we decided to buy our big pumpkin at the grocery store. I lied. Okay. So, and then Jackson got to go on a field trip to another pumpkin patch, and he got another pumpkin. So we had 3 pumpkins this year. But that you get the point, right? So I just thought they were cute, and I thought Jackson was so cute holding that little pumpkin that he picked for his sister. So that's going to be in my journaling too, is talking about how he got to pick his baby sister's pumpkin, and he was pretty proud of himself there. And as you can see, I'm pulling stuff out and sequins went everywhere. My bag didn't close, I guess. So I was like, frustrating. But it did make me realize that sequins would look really pretty on this layout. So you're going to see them appear. So I'm going to go ahead. Like I said, I'm just kind of going through everything. It's a little off camera. I'm sorry. I thought that I was more on screen there, but I cut it out. I picked my favorite pieces, and I'm just going to lay them down and show you where I want them to go. I'm going to add these beautiful little birds. They're kind of fun to kind of represent Jackson and Nora there. And I'm going to add, there's a pumpkin on this puffy sticker sheet came in my kit, and I'm just going to add one of the pumpkins, and you're going to see that. And I'm also using this alpha that came in my kit to help me start working on my title. So my title is just going to be October is for Pumpkins, because how many times do I need a layout that says pumpkin patch? We go every year, so I don't need them to say the same thing. I try to think of different titles, so this is what I came up with. And let me tell you, these stickers, so this alpha is My Story came in a line. They are sticky, sticky, sticky. I had to be really careful what I was doing. And October is a longer word, and I wasn't exactly sure where I wanted to place it. I was thinking about maybe taking away the family and moving it up there. Didn't love that, so I'm going to end up moving it back down kind of where it is, but I'm going to tuck it underneath one of my layers. So it's you know that they're circles, but you're not going to be able to see the full circle. And then I will add an orange and a teal color in the middle for is for. And then I use these really pretty sparkly gold. I love that alpha to spell the word pumpkin. I thought it was, because that's the main word of this title that I'm trying to use, it was going to work really well. So I love that. It's like that big chunky glitter thickers. I love that one. And because I've added gold, I now need to add some Heidi Swapp Color Shine, some Heidi Shine to this for some more gold, because now I don't really have gold anywhere else on my layout, so that looks funny. I'm just going to go ahead and mess that all around, go back and add the sequins that I had dropped all over my page and add those as well. Off camera, I do my journaling, just talking about how it was a fun day. Jackson picked the pumpkin for Nora. Nobody cried. Everyone behaved themselves. It was a really fun trip, and I'm excited to go again. I'm not sure if that's the one we'll go to next year or not, but it was definitely fun to try a different pumpkin patch this year. And I adore these photos of Jackson and Nora, and it was just great. So much fun. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and be sure to go check out Rachel's take for this layout. We will be back in December. We're going to do the later, so we're doing, I think it's the 16th and the 30th that you can check us out in December. I'll look at the sketch one more time and my finished layout. I'll see everyone really soon. Bye!